Do want to talk about number 3, and that is Oracle's Larry Ellison. You're reporting that he added more dollars to his net worth than anyone in America over the past year. How'd he do it?
Yeah, so basically, Oracle stock is way up, the software company that Larry Ellison founded. And it's an example of which there are many of tech billionaires who had a really bad 2022, having a much better run over the past 12 months. And a lot of that has really been driven by this sort of rabid investor enthusiasm for artificial intelligence stocks and companies that might benefit from AI, companies that might supply AI companies and things like that. And so Oracle's one of those companies. So yeah, Ellison added $57 billion to his net worth, and he's now the third richest person in America. But there are a lot of tech billionaires that have gained a lot of wealth because of this. The most notable is probably Jensen Huang, who is the co-founder and CEO of NVIDIA, which makes a ton of the chips used to sort of power AI systems. He basically added, he's up more than 200%, as NVIDIA stock is up more than 200% over the last 12 months. And so he's in the top 20 now for the first time ever. And so yeah, just a great year for a lot of tech billionaires, and Ellison is cashed in on that in dollar terms, more than anyone.
That's a really interesting trend because these tech billionaires had a poor 2022. I mean, relatively speaking, obviously a good 2023. Is there any indication of where the AI boom will go? Will it make these tech billionaires even richer in
Yeah, I
2024?
mean it's a great question. There's been a lot of sort of speculation about sort of this AI boom and whether it's a bubble and how sustainable all of it is. And of course, it's sort of impossible to say. But I think a lot of these tech stocks have sort of backed off a little bit since we locked the list in. The whole list is as of September 8th, and even just in the recent couple of weeks, some of these shares have sort of cooled down a little bit as maybe investors have been a little bit more selective, I guess, in bidding up certain stocks and not sort of all tech stocks or anything that's sort of AI adjacent. But Bill Gates had come out over the past year and said that he thinks that this technology is just as big as the internet and mobile phones. And if that's sort of the case and that's what the future is, then any sort of retreat right now is probably a short-term thing. All these AI people might end up being extremely, extremely wealthy next year and 5 years from now and 10 years from now. I mean, if it's the equivalent of looking at sort of software companies or computer companies in the 70s, then, it's a little silly to think about, if Steve Jobs and Apple is worth more or less between 1978 and 1979, when you think about the long term of where they're going to be in 1999 and 2009 and 2019. Yeah.
Larry Ellison had a good year. Tech tycoons had a good year.